Oh, well, good evening. Did you hear the little jingle in the background? It's my Christmas notifications on my phone. Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. If you're here, I saw some people in the chat already. Hi, Kane. I fixed you. RJ, hello. Diane Draper, hello. Dory, hello. I'm doing a quick audio check, okay, guys, because it's been a while since I used Restream on my computer. I wanted to be able to share docs tonight. So you have to let me know how my audio sounds right now. If it sounds bad, let me know. I don't remember if I'm supposed to have like my echo cancellation and stuff on or off when I'm in Restream. So, but when I did my audio checks and my audio test before I went live, it was showing everything in the green. All of my audio looked good on my end, but I need you, my friends, to please let me know how we sound. How do we sound? Hello, hello. Welcome in, everyone. Blueberry the Great, New Orleans lady. Hello. How is everybody doing? You can hear me really good, Dory? Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Blueberry says, so far, so good. Appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Okay. I mean, hopefully it'll stay this way. Let's cross all of our fingers and toes that my audio holds out. RJ, hello. Audio is perfect, and MPD gave Jules the remaining footage. Yes. Oh, but it's muted. Of course it is, darling. Of course it is. Of course it's muted. Because now, I hate to say it, it is what it is. It is what it is. I know what they're doing. We all know what they're doing. They'll only be able to get away with it for so long. We'll just say that, I promise you. Once the lawsuit hits, they're going to have no other choice than to turn it over. They'll just have no other choice. Diane Draper, hello. Thank you so much. Sound is good. Meg, beautiful Meg P. Hello. Hello. How are you, honey? I'm so glad you got your power back. Sorry to hear about the little playhouse, though. That sucks. Hopefully, you'll be able to fix it. Leslie and Billy, hi, good to see you. Mom 5, hello. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you. Sound is good at the moment? Awesome. We're going to roll with it, friends. I hope everybody's been taking care of themselves, staying safe. I know the holidays for some of us suck, right? I try to make the best of them because I do have a young one. But, for most of us, we don't like the holidays. So if you're out there also feeling a little bah humbug around the holidays, I'm with you. I'm with you. It's okay. We'll get through it. It's almost done. It's almost done and over. It's not fixable, honey. I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that, darling. That sucks. We'll have to crowd fund for a new playhouse for kids. Kidding. I'm kidding. All right. So, as everybody knows, I'm sure everybody's heard and already read, probably. You probably already read it on your own, too. You guys got to let me know if my audio starts glitching, too. Please feel free to let me know. I'd rather you tell me. Okay? Please tell me. I'm trying to keep my eye on the chat. So, as we know, Hippler decided he wanted to be Santa. Hippler has decided he's going to play Santa, which we love. We love that around her. We love that around her. Hippler can play Santa whenever he wants, and I'm always going to be for that. I saw Dago was going over the document earlier, the order from Hippler, and I chimed in to let him know, hey, you should bring up the state's response to the court on that because it gives a itemized list of everything, and you can tell by the number list what Hippler's going to unseal, what he's not going to unseal, what's going to be redacted, etc. So that's what we're going to look at. Hopefully, you've got your drinks, you've got your snacks. Before we go too far, I would like everyone to immediately go subscribe to Miss Mercy Cat. If you have not, please go find Mercy Cat's channel. Send her so much love, so many hugs. Send her all the hearts. Send her all of the prayers, anything, whether you pray, you don't. I'm just, I don't want anything for Christmas except for every single one of you to please go find a short from Mercy Cat. Give her tons of love. Send her lots of love. Um, you know, not my place to say. It's none of my business, but all I'm going to do is ask everyone that I know to please, please, please go send my Mercy Cat all of the love and the doesn't mind. Please dropping Mercy Cat's link in the chat. I'd really appreciate it if you like daily doses of serotonin and Mercy Cat and her dog King Elroy are where you're going to find it. Everyone to please go show her some love. There it is. Thanks, Meg. Appreciate you so much, Miss Meg. And yeah, send my Mercy Cat every bit of your love that you have left in. I'd really appreciate it. Yvonne Poole, Leslie and Billy, look at you, member for a month. Well, look at that. Lucky, lucky, lucky you. You've been a member for a month, really? Love it. Well, I love you, darling. Thank you so much for being a member. I know that you love my shorts too when I go shopping. I'm sorry I haven't been posting a lot of my shopping shorts. It's because I haven't been shopping, which is wild for me that I haven't been into the stores like to actually do any shopping. I literally haven't even started Christmas shopping. I'm usually always done like a week ago. Life has been very hectic. I have not been able to get much done. It's fine. Leslie and Billy gifted 5 memberships already. Off the rip, look at everybody's getting the Christmas blessings and turning green. Who turned green? Meg, look at you, darling. You got gifted a membership. Maximum Snark, honey. Nana, you also got a membership. Maximum Snark. You all have special, if you are on YouTube, you have special emojis you can use. RJ Anderson, you also got gifted. Look at that. Nola, OG Nola, you turned green, darling. Yay. Yay. Karmic retribution. Let's go. That's right. Have I told you how pretty you are, by the way? Has everyone told you how stunning you are, darling? A fully straight woman. But you are absolutely beautiful, darling. I just wanted you to know that. You are a gorgeous specimen. No homo when I say that either. I'm just telling you, I have daughters and stuff, so, and you look like younger, so, just telling you, you're a gorgeous young, to be young again, to be young and pretty again. So if you got gifted a membership, please make sure you say thank you to Leslie and Billy. Please make sure that you use your special emojis now that you have them. And thank you, Leslie and Billy, so much for your support. I truly appreciate you. I really do. Yes, my Mercy Cat. You just subbed to Mercy Cat. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, go subscribe. That's my Mercy Cat. I love her so much. She's amazing. And she needs every love. I'm just saying. We all need a little love. We all need a little love. Just saying. All right, so let's get it cracking, friends, okay? You can tell your friends we're live, but I'm sure they're all over at Jules or oh no, Lana's not live. Jules. They're probably hanging out with Jules right now, which is totally fine. No shade, no shade. When they're done with Jules, they can come on over here. We're going to take a little peeky poo. I'll read the order first, right? And then what I did, the states, the stayer reply to the court. And I just went and marked that reply. So based on Hippler's orders, I went down all the numbers, a U next to anything is that's getting marked unsealed, right? You're old, you're 40, you better stop it. You look young like my 20 plus, well, she's 22-ish. I don't want to give her actual age, but she's over in the 20s. You look that young, darling. So God bless you. God bless you. You're aging like fine wine, honey. Good for you. Hell yeah. So I just went through and marked up the state's response to the court. I felt it was easier that way. We can still read the order. We'll go through Hippler's order and then I'll bring up the other doc where I just so we can see exactly what each thing is. Yeah? Sound like funsies? I'm going in and out a little bit. Blueberry the Great says, fuck my life, of course, because I said, all right, let's get it cracking. Spook said, we'll let her get through her intro. Listening while sewing. Oh, New Orleans lady. Well, that's beautiful. You're sewing quilts. I love it. Okay, so Blueberry, you're saying it's going in and out a little bit. I don't like that. How bad, honey? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is it? You gotta let me know. I don't want to start reading it and then it's all wacky, 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 wacky tobacky, you know what I mean? I'll wait and watch my chat. Let me see. I mean, I have everything set to where it needs to be. Uh, do that. Let me do this real quick. Cutting in and out. Let's see. Do, 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 do. Let me do this. We're secured. We're on full bars. We're good. Like, I don't know. Everything shows that it's super Gucci on my end. So hang on. Let me see here. Fix that. Fix that. How about that, honey? Did that help? For some reason, my volume on its own, like, adjusts itself. Let me see if there's a way that I can fix that so it doesn't do that. It likes to, like, adjust itself. I turned it up and it turns itself down. So I'm not sure why it does that. It's probably something in a setting somewhere that I don't know how to fix because I keep turning it up and it keeps turning itself down. So let me know. How do I sound? How do I sound? Let me know. Let me know. It was for like 10 seconds, but it seems to have passed. Okay, wonderful, darling. Wonderful. Appreciate you. Does that say Ariana? Well, hello, Ariana. Love you. Love you right back. We should be Gucci. Okay, cool. Meg says we're Gucci. All right, typically unique. Hello, Kim. Good to see you, honey. Welcome on in. Welcome in. Okay, cool. Audio's great. Awesome. So let's go take a little peeky poo at Hippler's order here. I'm gonna, you know me, I'm gonna rip right through it so we can actually go see what he's talking about here, right? Can read the order all we want, but make sure everybody can see that okay. If we need it a little bigger, you can let me know. Yeah, I'll make that just a little. Hang on. Oh, yeah. Okay, that should be good. Let's see. How's that look for you, friends? Good to go? Everybody good? Everybody happy? You got your snacks, your vapes, your drinks, whatever you need? Happy Friday, everyone. It's almost Christmas. It's almost Christmas. I hope everybody has a wonderful, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year because this may be the last time you see me until the new year, actually. Of course, unless, of course, Hippler does give us some Christmas presents and we get a bunch of unsealed stuff like next week or like Monday or Tuesday, then maybe I'll do one more live. Maybe. Um, but this might be the last one until next year. We'll see. We'll see, friends. All right. Typically, Kim, you need your neck massager. Yeah, no shit, right? I got my little blankie. I got my drink. We're ready to go. Yes, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, happy Kwanzaa, whatever it is you're celebrating. If you're a Grinch and you just want to say bah humbug, fuck yes, bug Lizzie, exactly, right? I only pretend. I love Christmas. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I love to decorate and everything. And I've always enjoyed it because of my kids. The kids are older now. One's an adult out on her own. The other is teens, right? So it's just not the same. And I'm definitely like, bah humbug, right? But I still am going to make it the best that I possibly can. for my teenager because, I love the memories and I want them to take it with them in their life when they become adults. So, but truly, when I'm older and my kids are like when the last one is out of the nest and off on her own, I'm definitely going to be that like bah humbug witch, like on my porch, like get off my lawn. Yeah, that's going to be me 100%. Carrie, hello. So good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Do witches ever get perfect audio? They probably don't, RJ. They probably don't. But my audio is always atrocious. It's usually get me on my phone. I'll do something in the morning when I'm like fucking bored, angry, or I'm just festering over this case and I need to get things out of my system. I'll go live from my phone because usually when I come live here and try to share docs, they ruin it. They ruin it for me and take me down. All right, let's get it cracking, friends. Yeah, it's a holiday. Made me broke, right? It's a holiday to make me broke. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep, basically. 100%. But yes, I truly can't wait though. Not gonna lie to you guys. I actually am looking forward to being like just a witch cackling bitch on my front porch, kind of alone in the woods with my cat. Oh my God. I know it sounds, but I'm really looking forward to it. I kind of am. Really am. Damn Leslie and Billy are on the porch. They could get off my porch, you damn feral cats. See, I'll feed them all. I'll take them all in. I literally would. Colony of fucking feral cats, man. I'll take them all. I'll take goats, donkeys, chickens. Give me some pigs, some baby cows. Baby Highland cows. Like anything that's a baby animal, yeah, I'll take it. I don't care if it's a skunk, a duck, whatever. Love me some baby animals, man. All of them. Let me ever hit the lottery. There'll be signs. I won't tell anyone, but there'll be signs because I'm going to buy literally 1,000 acres in the middle of nowhere and have a fucking huge sanctuary where I just tons of animals everywhere. Right? I'm not even joking you either. Lucy, darling. Hello, a feral potamus. Yes, yes, we'll take them all, darling. I don't care if they bite. We'll just separate them. It's fine. They have anger issues. We'll help them deal with their anger issues. It's fine. All right, listen, enough of my bullshit, Lucy. So good to see you. Mods, love you. Thank you so much for being here. We're almost to the end of the year, and I can't tell you guys how grateful I am for my mods. And Kane, I fixed you. Okay. Sidebar before we get too far into this, Kane. The reason that I unmodded you for a temporary period is because I thought it was you who made those accounts that were mocking my screen name. And it was like Miss Piss Potts or something. I thought it was you. So I said, well, I'm going to teach him a fucking lesson in case it is him. So I unmodded you for a few days. And then I realized it's probably not you. And I felt so bad. So I fixed it, honey. Don't worry. You're all set now, Kane, my darling. Okay, enough of my bullshit, friends. Let's get into this. So Hippler's order here, finally, for this third batch to be unsealed. Looks like he came in early for Christmas and brought the gifts. All right, everybody ready to go? On October 16th, 2025, the court issued an order seeking the parties' position regarding the unsealing of the third set of documents therein as number 88 through numbers 179. The court has reviewed the parties' respective responses and rules as follows. A. Documents to unseal. With regard to the following documents, the court received no objection by either party to their unsealing, and the court finds no further justification under ICR, blah, blah, to warrant their continued sealed status. Oh, did you hear the jing-a-ling-a-ling? It's my phone. I have Christmas notifications on my phone. I secretly love Christmas, but I also just want to be a witch. So, anyways, these are all your numbers here that he's saying are unsealed: 88, 89, 93, 97, 101, 103, 108, 111, 112, 118, 125, 130, 132, 143, 144, 146, 148, 154, 156, 157, 158, 161, 163, 164, 165, 166, 167, 169, 170, 176, 178, and 179. With regard to the following documents, the court received objections by one or both of the parties to their unsealing. However, after considering the objections, the court finds no further justification under ICAR blah 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 to warrant their continued sealed status. 95, 99, 100, 102, 104, 105, 109, 114, 115, 117, 119, 120, 121, 133, 134, 136, 137, 138, 139, 145, 153, 159, 168, 171, 172, and 177. Everybody got that? Documents to unseal. Okay. How's the audio holding up? Hopefully, good. It sounds like some shit Kane would do. Yeah, it sure does. Poor Kane. It's okay of him. Kane. We love you, Kane B. He's probably working right now, listening, lurking, or he'll catch it on the replay. Okay, so all of these will be unsealed. As we'll see in the next document we look at, I just basically went through and marked everything that was unsealed. So I'm going to stop sharing this with you for 1 minute. Actually, no, I'm not. We're going to continue reading. I lied. Part B, documents to maintain their sealed status. With regard to the following documents, the court received objection by one or both parties to their unsealing. Having considered the objections, the court agrees that their sealed status shall be maintained pursuant to ICAR 32 blah blah blah. Number 91. Exhibit C to the defendant's third supplemental response to request for discovery. This filing contains sensitive personal information of third parties, the release of which into the public realm would be highly objectionable to a reasonable person. Thus, they shall remain sealed pursuant to ICAR 32 blah blah blah. Number 110. States Exhibit S7D, Douglas. Doesn't say, oh, wait a minute. And then number 113, defendants exhibit in support of their objection to the state's motion in limine regarding self-authentication of records, documents number 100 and 113 consist of federal grand jury material, which is exempt disclosure under Rule 6E2, federal criminal, blah, 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 and 5 USC. 123. Exhibit D13 to defendant's response to the state's motion in limine regarding neuropsychological and psychiatric evidence. This filing consists of sensitive and confidential mental health information of the defendant that is private and protected under IC 74106. The release of this information into the public realm would be highly objectionable to a reasonable person, which outweighs the public's right to access. Thus, it shall remain sealed. 124. Exhibit 1 to the defendant's objection to the state's motion in limine regarding the 911 call under seal. This filing consists of grand jury testimony, which is exempt from public disclosure under ICAR 32D7. 127. Exhibit B to the defendant's second supplemental response to discovery. This filing contains sensitive personal information of third parties, the release of which into the public realm would be highly objectionable to a reasonable person. Thus, it shall remain sealed pursuant to ICAR 32 blah blah blah. 155. Yeah, 155. Exhibit S1 regarding the state's motion to extend the state's rebuttal expert disclosure deadline. This filing discloses sensitive information and confidential health information of third parties that is private and protected under IC Section 74 10613. The release of this information into the public realm would be highly objectionable to a reasonable person. Thus, it shall remain sealed pursuant to ICAR 32, blah, blah, blah. Portion C, documents to unseal and redact. So both unsealing and so when I first saw, oh, we'll get into it. I'll shut up for right now. With regard to the following documents, the court received objection by one or both of the parties to their unsealing. Having considered the objections, the court finds no further justification under ICAR 32 blah 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 to warrant their continued sealed status, but finds the following redactions are necessary to balance the public's right to access with the privacy concerns implicated. Dago, hello. I just came back to check chat. How's my audio holding up, everyone? Twiz is here. Well, hello, Twiz. Welcome in. How are you? Moonlit Baby, hello. Welcome in. So good to see you. Sandra, hello. I saw Dago somewhere. Let me get through my chat. Appreciate everybody being here. Thanks for popping in. There's Dago. Hi, Dago. Oh my goodness, Sandra's gifting memberships. Sandra, you're amazing. You just gifted 5 memberships. You're amazing, darling. Oh my goodness. Oh no, that was Meg. Meg gifted 5 memberships. Oh my goodness, you're amazing, Meg. Merry Christmas, darling. 5 gifted memberships. Lucy, you got a membership? You look green. You look great in green, honey. You're also blue though. You're green and blue. You're all green and blue. Moonlit Baby got gifted a membership. Lizzie, you got gifted a membership. Sandra got gifted a membership. Twiz is a member. Oh my goodness. Twiz is also a member. Thumper Rabbit Hole, hello. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Appreciate everybody. Really do. Thanks for hanging out with me. You're amazing, Meg. Thank you so much, honey. You're awesome. Every single one of you that got gifted a membership, you better say thank you to Miss Meg. She's amazing. She's sweet. She's darling. Anyone who calls her mean or anything will have to deal with me. She's not. She's way nicer than me. I'm mean. Meg is not mean. I'm mean. Yes, congrats, all new members. You have special emojis if you're watching on YouTube. Make sure you use them in the chat. You have a Michael Myers emoji and you have a Rainbow Bright emoji. Feel free to use them. Yes, that was Meg. Quiz. Meg had 5 memberships. Meg gifted you a membership. How sweet. Outcast. Is Outcast around? Where you at, Outcast? All right. Yes, she is beautiful, inside and out. Thank you so much, Meg P. Let me take a sip of my drink and we'll get into the next one. Meg is mean. She won't tell me what people are crying about. Well, it doesn't matter. Leslie and Billy just gifted 5 memberships too? What? Oh my goodness gracious. Merry Christmas, everybody. It's raining freaking green. It's just raining maximum snark in this place. Thank you so much, Leslie and Billy. Truly appreciate you. Everybody say thank you to Leslie and Billy as well. If you got turned green because of Leslie and Billy, make sure you say thank you. Looks like Mary Holt got a membership from Leslie and Billy. Mama 5 got one. Ariana, darling, you got one. Charm Free got one. Wow, Glitch DNA. There you go, Miss Audrey Cakes. My Audrey Cakes, Glitch DNA. She's also a mod, so Glitch DNA, green and blue. Rainbow Bright, say it ain't so. That's right. Thank you so much for the gifted memberships, you guys. You're freaking amazing. True Crime Cafe at Dago. Seriously, you also gifted memberships, guys. I can't even keep up with it. Thank you so, so much. Dago also gifted 5 memberships. So if you received a membership, let's see, we have a Claire S. You got one from Dago. Uh, oh my goodness, SW Firefly, you also got a gifted membership from Dago as well. Gracefully Salty got a gifted membership. Too Fast for Fleas, you're so pretty. Also got a membership. Bootsy also got a membership from Dago. Thank you so much, you guys. You guys really are so freaking nice. You're amazing. I truly appreciate it. K Casgirl, hello. Welcome on in. Good to see you. If you're just joining, welcome. Thank you for being here. There might be a lot of people popping in if you were hanging out over at Jules. I appreciate you coming in here. I know she finally got that video she's been waiting on. From what I understand, it's all fucking muted, which is ridiculous. I'd be so pissed. Know what I mean? Oh my God, paying that much money and it's all muted. Poor Jules. And and all of her supporters too, who were putting in that money to pay for that. Absolutely wild. I'd be so pissed. But yes, thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Dago. Love you right back. I really appreciate you. That was so nice of you. Thank you, everybody. And welcome in, new members. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What is this? What's happening? Oh my gosh, Meg. Okay, there's 5 more. I'm going to try and go through them quick. Oh my gosh, congrats to all of the new members. It's literally just raining green in here. Um, I don't know what I did to deserve this, but thank you so much. It looks like Crime and Chaos here got a gifted membership. Who else got one? Fuzzy Bubbles got a gifted membership. Let's see, Truth Seeker, you got gifted a membership by beautiful Meg P. Aquamelon, is that what that says? Aqua Chameleon also received a membership from Meg P. Inside Your Bones, you also got a membership from the beautiful Meg P. It's just raining green. It's just raining green. Holy crapola. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, 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 everybody. Yeah, exactly, Rui. I know, right? They muted it, apparently. I don't know. I haven't watched it yet, but that's what I heard. I hope she does sue them, Blueberry. Fuck yeah. Just making it rain green. You guys are amazing. Thank you, Meg P. Merry Christmas to you, honey. You just had like the Mother Nature come through and tear shit up, and you're just out here making it rain green. And I promise you, darling, when I'm rich, don't you worry. Your Cash App will fucking overfloweth, my friend. Gina P. also got a membership. Leslie and Billy. Oh my dear Lord. You guys are just making it rain. I'm never going to be able to read these damn documents. Gina P, my OG Gina P, you got gifted a membership from Leslie and Billy. Blue Rain, you also got gifted a membership by Leslie and Billy. First Noel, Leslie and Billy took care of you, Little Heart Oak. Oh my goodness gracious, Pebbles, you got a membership as well. Holy guacamole, you guys are so nice. You really are. So many new members. I am so grateful and honored, and I truly appreciate you guys. I really do. Make sure you say your thank yous to Meg and Leslie and Billy and whoever else I'm forgetting. I got 5 of them pinned over here, I promise. Dago, Meg, Leslie and Billy. Yeah, Meg a couple times here. 1, 2, 3, I think. My goodness. You guys are too nice. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Oopsie. What'd I do? No. Fix that. Oopsie. Wait a minute. Yes, maybe that is what I want to do. I think I like it like that. Do you guys like it like that? Where you can see the chat on your end? I didn't even realize I could do that. I like that, actually. Oh, but then I see, so it doesn't let me hmm. Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. Oh my goodness, alright, here we go. Thank you, Dago. I appreciate that, I really do. Thank you, I really appreciate that. I know I've been MIA for a little bit and, I've been off my game for the last couple weeks, but don't worry, I'm still, maintaining in the background. It's just okay. All right, cool. So let's do that, and then I'm gonna get back over here and let's keep reading, okay? So, did we do 90? No, I didn't do 90. So one of the yeah, documents to unseal and redact, number 90. This is the exhibits to the defendant's third supplemental response to request for discovery regarding expert witnesses penalty phase. Within this filing are expert reports and expert declarations containing sensitive and detailed confidential mental health information of the defendant and other individuals that is private and protected under IC Section 74 10613. Those reports and declarations are identified within the filings as Exhibits D7E, D13E, D20B, D20C, and D22B. The release of this information into the public realm would be highly objectionable to a reasonable person, which outweighs the public's right to access. Thus, they should be redacted from the filing pursuant to ICAR blah, blah, blah. Number 92. The defendant's Exhibit 1A, in support of affidavit and objection to the statement in limine regarding text messages and testimony, phone numbers and email addresses of the victims, witnesses, and third parties, which is private and protected under IC Section 74 10633, and the publication of which would be highly objectionable to a reasonable person. Thus, all but the last four digits of phone numbers and the username of all email addresses will be redacted. So, last four digits, usernames. That's what will be redacted in that. Number 94, defendant's reply to the state's objection to motion in limine number 5. This document contains references to testimony provided at the grand jury in this matter, which is exempt from public disclosure under ICAR 32D7. Thus, those references will be redacted. Number 96. So it looks like it's going to be the state's exhibit S22 for Eric's seat. Number 98 is the state's exhibit S19B for Miller. Okay, so S22B for seat, S19B for Miller. 106 is going to exhibit S17B for my check. 107 is going to be the state's exhibit S16B for Dace White. 40, exhibits 1, 2, and 3 in support of motions in limine regarding vague and undisclosed expert testimony. And this is where I started getting fucking mad. Documents 96, 8, 106, 107, and 140 consist of forensic science reports documenting DNA testing and analysis performed on various items of evidence gathered by law enforcement for the purposes of excluding certain third-party witnesses as potential contributors. While the scientist's summary of conclusions and biology analysis notes will be unsealed, the remaining portions of the filings will be redacted pursuant to ICAR 32 blah, 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 as they contain personal and sensitive DNA data. The redactions for each document are as follows. So for 96, it's going to be Bates pages 5723 through 5731 and footnote 1 on Bates page 5721. 96 is seat. Fucking figures. That one's Eric's seat. Number 98, Jade Miller. Hers is going to have Bates pages 630 through 839. Are you shitting me? It's like almost, that's over 200 pages. Then 5,786, 5786 through 5901. 14313 through 14358. What? 15267-15295. So what's that? Let's see. 209. That's 209 pages here. About 120 pages here. Another like 45 pages here. Another like almost 30 there. Damn, that's a lot of pages. He's saying the remaining portions will be redacted. The redactions for each document are as follows. That, bro, for Jade Miller, look at all of those pages. Like, count the numbers in between. Like, right there, that's 209 pages, 630 through 839. Am I reading that right? Or am I just stupid? Am I just retarded? Am I reading this wrong? If I'm reading it wrong, you can tell me. It's totally fine. There's Outcast. Holy shit. What up, homie? What up, gangsta? Oh, true crime. That's Dago. Thank you so much, Dago. Wait, I thought I saw Outcast too somewhere here. Did I? Thank you, Dago, so much for your super chat and your gifted memberships. You're freaking amazing. Thank you. Outcast, thank you so much. Outcast coming in with the super sticker. What up, gangsta? Oh, you got 2 super stickers in here, Outcast. Are you serious? Sorry, guys, I'm just looking at my chat. I'm just checking my chat. Appreciate you being here. I was looking for you earlier, Outcast. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you. I mean, Lucy, am I reading this right, honey? Right? The Bates pages, the number of pages that are going to be redacted. Is that what he's saying there? On that 600 one? That's like 209 pages. Am I reading that right? Or am I just dumb? If I'm dumb, you can tell me. Totally fine. I don't think I'm reading that wrong, though. Jackie B, hello, honey. Good to see you. I know, right? Kathy's Indie Zone. Oh my goodness, so good to see you. I just saw this. Finally, after 64 days, the order. Yes. Yes, it's like Christmas came early, darling. Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays. I hope you're doing well. I was trying to put out the bat signal to you the other day, my darling. I had some questions for you. Some legal questions. I know you can't technically give legal advice, but I was going to ask your opinions on a few things. Maybe we can collab soon and I can ask you then. Okay. Yeah, right. I'm not reading it wrong. That's how you understand it too, right? Bates pages. That's pages. That's 200 plus pages just for Jade Miller that are going to be redacted, right? Wild. Hundreds and hundreds of pages just for Jade Miller to be redacted. That's some bullshit. We know why, though. We know why. Thank you so much, Dago. I really appreciate you. You guys are too nice. You really are. You're so good to me. Sorry I'm not around as often as I'd like to be. I hope you guys know that. If I could be here every day, I would be. I just can't. I'm so very sorry. One day, if we're lucky. I consider it a blessing for people who kind of get to do this all day. You know, it's like their full time. I feel like, if I could do this all day, it would be a blessing. Yes, I know. Mm-hmm. Same. Same, darling. Jade Miller. typically unique. Jade Miller, I believe, is the one. She's either for the inconclusive data or the statistical analysis. I forget which one, but she's one of the DNA people. Um, Jade Miller. I feel like that's statistical analysis, if I remember correctly. But don't quote me. Somebody in the chat probably knows better. All right, so let's keep reading. I really do appreciate all of you so very, very much. Let's see, 106 here. 106 is my check. States Exhibit S17B for my check. Bates pages 630 through, oh no, oopsie, 106. 541 through 593, 596 through 606, 5735 through 5758, 5762 through 5781. Okay. 107, States Exhibit S16B, Dace White. Bates pages 609 through 626. So, like his whole report, basically, Hippler fucking 140 Bates pages 5723 through 5731. And that's going to be for exhibits 1, 2, and 3 in support of the motions in limine regarding vague and undisclosed expert testimony. Actions for each document are as follows. So we're going to get the scientist's summary of conclusions and their biology analysis notes. Those will be unsealed. We're just not going to get the personal and sensitive DNA data of whatever they worked on, I guess, unless it only applies to, I don't know at this point. All right, number 116. Exhibits 1 through 4 to the state's response to the defendant's motion in limine. Number 7. Exhibit S1 to this filing contains personal phone numbers of the victims, witnesses, and third parties, which is private and protected, and the publication of which would be highly objectionable to a reasonable person. All but the last 4 digits of phone numbers and will be redacted. What? There's something missing there. All but the last 4 digits of phone numbers and will be redacted. Exhibit S4 to this filing will be redacted in its entirety, as it's a transcript of the grand jury testimony provided in this case. 122. Exhibits 1 and 2 to the defendant's objection to the state's motion in limine regarding text messages and testimony. For the reason articulated in number 92 supra. Oh, okay, number 92. Okay. All but the last 4 digits of the phone numbers and the username of all email addresses will be redacted pursuant to ICAR 32, blah, blah, blah. 126. Exhibit S1 through S4 to the state's amended supplemental response to request for discovery regarding the expert testimony. A portion of this filing identifies credit card information and bank account numbers belonging to the defendant and his family members. This information is private and protected. Okay. 128, proof of service. That's going to stay redacted. The March 7th, 2025 proof of service. That would be, is that for a subpoena? 3725 proof of service. I feel like that's for a subpoena. Whose subpoena staying sealed? That's weird. Hmm. Okay. 29, the order modifying and amending the no contact order. Documents 128 and 129 identify the dates of birth of the protected individuals identified therein. This information is private and protected. Okay. 131. Exhibit S1 through S13 to the state's amended supplemental response to request for discovery regarding expert testimony. Within this filing are grisly images from the crime scene. the disclosure of which would be highly objectionable to a reasonable person. Thus, these images will be redacted. The images appear on pages 9 through 20, 23, 24, 42 through 62, 70 through 72, and number 82 of Exhibit S9A, and 6 through 10, 15 through 20, 22, and 23 of Exhibit S9B. Okay. Redacted. So they're not staying under seal. They're going to be redacted. Grisly crime scene images are going to be redacted, apparently, not under seal. Okay. Number 135. It's 1 and 2 in support of the death penalty regarding autism spectrum. Exhibit 2 to this filing contains mental health information that is private and protected, and therefore exempt from disclosure. The release of this information would be highly objectionable to a person and shall remain sealed. Therefore, this information will be redacted. Okay. So it contains mental health information that is private and protected. It's exempt from disclosure. The release of the information would be highly objectionable to a reasonable person, so it shall remain. But then it also says, therefore, this information will be redacted. So maybe I'm just stupid. So a portion of it's going to be sealed, a portion of it's going to be redacted, maybe? Therefore, exempt from disclosure under ICAR 32G1. Further, the release of this information would be highly objectionable to a reasonable person and shall remain sealed. ICAR 32 I3A1. Therefore, this information will be redacted. I don't know what that means. Some sealed, some redacted, I think. I don't fucking know. What is this slow mode, for fuck's sake? Listen, Outcast, you have a 10-second delay before you could slam a comment in. It's 10 seconds. I have to do it because if I don't do it, bro, there's like trolls and shit that pop in. And there are people out there that put one fucking word. They'll type in one word at a time or like 3 words at a time. And they slam in like 8 comments in a row that have like 2 or 3 words in them. So, love you, Outcast. But it's only a 10-second delay, bro. It's 10 seconds. Okay? 10 seconds. It won't kill you to wait 10 seconds. You can just hit your vape or something in between. Wait the 10 seconds. Love you, homie. Jackie B, look at you with your $20 super sticker, darling. Holy crapola. Aren't you just so freaking nice? Thanks, darling. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Really appreciate you. That was so very nice of you, Jackie B. I hope you're taking care of yourself and staying warm and staying healthy. Yeah, Dago, trolls. Uh, Is that why they're calling you Poutcast? I just saw that. That's not nice. Don't call him Poutcast. You got to wait 10 seconds, though, homie. It is what it is. It's the rules here. I only put it at 10 seconds. I could be an absolute animal and put it at like 60. I could just be a feral animal and put it at 60 seconds and make everybody wait. But then again, there'd probably be nobody here. Hang around, Outcast. You can just hit your join or whatever in between while you wait 10 seconds. It's all good. It's all good in the hood, homie. All right. Don't call him Poutcast. He's so nice. I love my Outcast. He's nothing but love to all of us. And he always shouts out all of our channels and he always plays our stuff and he tells everybody to come our way. And to me, that's just amazing. There's not a lot of people who do that. So I appreciate the people who do. I know sometimes streets. Let's get back over here. Okay, so I'm not sure what this one means here. Because on one portion it says that it will remain sealed, but then it also says, therefore, this information will be redacted. So I'm not sure. Sealed, redacted, maybe both, a little mix of the two. All right, here we go. Number 141, Exhibits 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of motion in limine regarding excluding the IGG. Evidence, portions of Exhibits 1 and 4 in this filing disclose the names and dates of birth of individuals identified by Othram Lab through investigative genetic genealogy as potential genetic relatives to DNA left on the knife sheath. Pursuant to ICAR blah, 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 this personal information will be redacted. In addition, the email address of law enforcement personnel contained in Exhibit 2 is protected under IC Section 4-106 and will be redacted pursuant to ICAR blah, blah, blah. Portions of Exhibits 1 and 4 in this filing disclose the names and dates of birth of individuals identified by Othram Lab investigative genetic genealogy as potential genetic relatives. Potential genetic relatives to the DNA left on the knife sheath. Number 142, Exhibit 1 regarding conditions as aggravators. Portions of this filing contain as private and protected under IC Section 76-106-13 and therefore exempt from disclosure under ICAR 32G1. Further, the release of this information would be highly objectionable to a reasonable person and shall remain sealed. Under ICAR 32 blah, 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 therefore this information will be redacted. Okay, again. Further, it says it's going to remain sealed, but then it also says this information will be redacted. I don't know what that means. I just don't know. Halls, hello, darling. How are you? Welcome in. SBEM, hello. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Sorry if I missed anyone and you're just coming in. Please say hello. My mods should welcome you and say hello if they're still here. Appreciate all of you being here. It says there's 4, but then on the YouTube side of things, I don't know what it says. It says there's more. So I don't know how many of you are here, but thank you for being here. Happy Friday. Happy weekend. Hopefully you're getting all your wrapping and stuff done while you're listening. Making some hot chocolate. Spike your hot chocolate with some marshmallow vodka, by the way. Just saying. Just saying. You can spike your hot cocoa with a little bit of marshmallow vodka and you know, you'll be pretty happy and warm and toasty, I'm just saying. And I don't drink, but I was a bartender for a while, part-time bartender, and yeah. Hot chocolate with marshmallow vodka is literally amazing in the winter. How's my audio holding up, friends, before I keep going too far? It looks like I'm lighting up the way I'm supposed to. Welcome in, everyone. Appreciate you being here. Who's failing? Okay, so does that make sense, friends? This is now 2 in a row where on one sentence it says that it's going to remain sealed, and then in the next sentence for the same thing, it says the information will be redacted. So I don't know. Number 147, states motion in limine regarding text messages and testimony. For the reasons articulated in number 92 Supra, all but the last 4 digits of phone numbers and the username of all email addresses in Exhibit S1 to the filing will be redacted pursuant to ICAR blah, blah, blah. In addition, Exhibit S2 will be redacted in its entirety, as it is a transcript of grand jury testimony provided in the case. I'll guess DM. Her testimony, maybe. Just a little guess. 149. States motion in limine regarding the 911 call. Exhibit S1 from this filing will be redacted in its entirety, as it is a transcript of grand jury testimony provided in this case, which is exempt from disclosure under ICAR 32D7. What does this say? Footnote 4. Where was that? Right here? Yeah. State's motion in limine for messages and testimony. Footnote 4. A heavily redacted version of this document was filed during litigation. Several of these redactions will be removed. Ooh, thank you. Well, thanks, Hippler. Appreciate that. Number 5. State's motion in limine regarding the 911 call. Footnote 5, number 149. Doesn't say anything. It just says see footnote 4. Oh, okay. Heavily redacted version of this document as well. Several of the redactions will be removed in that one as well. Okay. All right. Number 150. Hearing held on January 23rd, 2025. Redacted. This document was filed in redacted form. Thus, it will be unsealed as redacted. Okay. It already has been unsealed as redacted, has it not? We already have the transcript for January 23rd, don't we? Don't we already have that fucking transcript? What's he talking about? Yeah, exactly, Kathy. Thank you. Yeah, we already read the transcript of the 911 call, right? As well. And we already have the transcript in its redacted form from the January 23rd hearing. Footnote 6. Document 150 was misdated in the court's third order seeking parties the position regarding sealed documents. Document 150 was misdated? Okay. I don't know. Interesting. All right. Bianca, hello. Welcome on in. Good to see you. Sorry if I'm missing anyone. When I'm in another window reading, guys, I can't. So appreciate all of you being here. If you pop in and I'm reading, it means I can't see you, but I appreciate you. All right. Number 151. Proposed redactions to the January 23rd, 2025 closed hearing transcript. Reference is made within this filing to the last name of individuals identified by Othram Labs through investigative genetic genealogy as potential genetic relatives to the DNA left on the knife sheath. Pursuant to ICAR 32, blah, 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 the last name will be redacted. Okay. The last name will be redacted. SC. Reference is made within this filing to the last name of the individuals identified by Othram. I remember too in the transcript it's asking, I think she's asking Matthew Gamet from the Idaho about the name. Was the name of the I don't remember what the name. I don't recall the name. And she says, "Well, was the name Koberger?" And he says, "No, the name was not Koberger." I think that was Matthew Gamet who said that in that transcript. So the four brothers pertains to the genetic relatives, the four brothers they tried to get DNA from, and Matthew Gamet sat in on the call with Gooch trying to get the guy who it was to give up the DNA, right? Am I recall correctly, or is it all a blur? Is it just a dream? Am I just dreaming? Am I imagining it all? And I'm not sure if it's a dream or if it's real. I don't remember. Big Mikey, hello. Good to see you. Welcome in, everybody. Amelia Outlaw, hello. So good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hope you're all well. Okay. So we're almost done, friends, and then we'll go take a look at everything I marked up. So it looks like the last name will be redacted from number 151, which is the February 18th, 2025 filing, proposed redactions to the January 23rd, 2025 closed hearing transcript. The last name of the genetic relatives to the DNA left on the knife sheath identified by Othram, the last name will be redacted. 2025 exhibits to the state's rebuttal to defendant's supplemental discovery response regarding expert witnesses. Within this filing, images from the crime scene, the disclosure of which would be highly objectionable to a reasonable person. Thus, these images will be redacted pursuant to ICAR blah, blah, blah. The images appear on page 2 of Exhibits S12 and 7 through 9 and 18 of S13. So, okay, the images appear on page 2 of Exhibit S12. Seven through 9 and 18 of S13. Okay. 160, January 23rd, 2025, exhibits to the defendant's supplemental response to request for discovery regarding expert witnesses. Redacted from this filing are the following: sensitive crime scene photos pursuant to ICAR 32 blah, blah, blah. These photos are within Exhibit D6B at Bates pages 3254, 3255, 3257. I'm not going to read all these damn Bates pages, friends. You can see here, all of these Bates pages are where the gruesome crime scene photos are. Exhibit D6B, okay? D6B at all of these Bates pages in the discovery. Then Exhibit D16B at these Bates pages as well. I don't need to read all of them, for the love of Pete. I'd rather poke my eyeballs out than have to read all these numbers to you, friends. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind that I don't want to read the numbers. I would actually rather do anything else. Let's see what's next. Redacted from the file from this filing are the following. Okay, so all of those crime scene photos at those Bates pages. The mental health information pursuant to IC Section 74-106 and ICAR 32G1. This information is contained within Exhibit D7B to the filing and will be redacted number 142 Supra. It is also contained within Exhibit D13B, which will be redacted in its entirety. All but the last 4 digits of personal phone numbers pursuant to IC blah, 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 and ICAR blah, blah, blah. The phone numbers appear in Exhibit D11B at Bates 3826 through all of these Bates pages, and Exhibit D14B at Bates pages. Reference to the grand jury testimony, which is exempt from public disclosure under ICAR 32D7. This information is in Exhibit D16B, Bates 4098. DNA testing and analysis, pursuant to ICAR 32 blah, blah, blah. Exhibit D1B, Bates pages 3138 through 3143. Exhibit D10A at Bates pages 3505 through 334. Email address of email addresses of law enforcement pursuant to IC 74-106 and ICAR blah, blah, blah. Exhibit D2B at Bates 3169. Okay. 162, January 23rd, 2025, court minutes. References are made during this hearing to the names of ancestors identified by Othram Labs through investigative genetic genealogy as potential genetic relatives to the DNA left on the knife sheath. Pursuant to ICAR blah, 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 those references will be redacted. They appear within the following timestamps: 12612-22, 12642 through 46, and 12905 through 10. The court minutes. He's going to do to that like what they did with the court minutes for Bicca Barlow, huh? When we got the court minutes for the alt perp sealed hearing, And once we got to Bicca Barlow and their exchange, it's just all blacked out all the way down. Right? I think if I remember correctly, that's what he's going to do here with this. The names of the ancestors identified by Othram Labs through investigative genetic genealogy as potential genetic relatives to the DNA left in the knife sheath. Those references will be redacted. Yeah, it's going to be like Bicca Barlow's court minutes. Fucking all blacked out, like the damn Epstein files the DOJ just dropped today. Don't even get me going on that. It's like 90% plus black discs. All right, 173, no contact order, proof of service. Okay, so January 6th and 7th. 173, 174, 175. We have a no contact order, proof of service, a no contact order, proof of service, and then an order modifying the no contact order multiple. Document 3 through 175 lists the dates of birth of the protected individuals identified therein. This information is private and protected under IC Section 74-106 blah 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 and will be redacted pursuant to ICAR blah blah blah. Signed, Judge Stephen Hippler. Okay, so we read through all of this, and then when we get to the document that I marked up, hopefully it should be easier for us to understand, and we can go through it pretty quickly. I'm going to stop sharing that for a second. Come back over to chat. Let me check on my friends. How's everybody doing? Oh, you like the blah, blah, blah? You like the blah, blah, blah? So I don't have to read the same Idaho criminal fucking rule over and over, and I just say ICAR blah, blah, blah. Pursuant to Idaho code, blah, 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 blah. Yes, Dago, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, maybe this will get the public a pic of the sheath on the bed, maybe. I don't know. Or he's going to redact it all like he did with the court minutes and want for the alt perps. And then once we got to Bicca Barlow, it's all blacked out squares and we can't see any of the exchange between Bicca and Hippler. Probably what's going to happen. I leave nothing past these people, okay? Sidebar before we get into the next one, friends. Matthew Gamet, if you didn't see my community tab post today, got back to me and he just absolutely glazed over everything in my email. Not only the legal justification for the $10,000 price tag to honor the FOIA, the justification for why it needs to be converted from its raw format. You should need to do that. He's trying to claim to stay in the Public Records Act, right? And I'm like, okay, you yourself are saying that all of this imaging was done 3 days after the crime. Therefore, there's no death scenes. There's nothing where the victims were located. So I'm making your job super easy for you. You shouldn't have to redact anything because what I'm asking for shouldn't require any redactions. Furthermore, because they think that, they just think they're slick. So what I am going to say about that is that I made sure to let Mr. Gamet know that I'm fully aware that once all of the Liz Q imaging was done and all of that imaging was stitched together, they create a file, like a raw file with all of that imaging stitched together because a copy of it has to be to both sides. So I asked Mr. Gamet if it makes it easier for not only the lab to honor the FOIA, but also greatly reduce the cost of the FOIA, I would be just fine with them taking whatever they turn that file, and they can go in and redact that the same way they do redactions in a body cam. You can just go in, black box out what you need to black box out, save, and that's it. And it doesn't cost $10,000. It does not cost $10,000. I still haven't gotten any legal justification for the cost. estimate that I was given at all. Red Riding Hood, hello, welcome on in. Good to see you. How does one become pursuant to blah, blah, blah? It happens over here. I determine that. It's on a case by case basis, Blueberry basis, friend. But so you guys get what you, Meg, you get what I'm talking about, right? So like when they do all of this Liz, I don't know. It is what it is. With the LizQ imaging software, all of that imaging is stitched together and to make a cohesive, viewable file for both the defense and the state that you can do a 360-degree view of the crime scene and you choose to go into the inside, the outside, whatever was scanned, whatever. And it's all stitched together. And that raw data file with all of the images stitched together has to be turned over in discovery. Both the state and the defense, right? Get it. They have access to it. So what I'm saying to Matthew Gamet is that raw data file that was turned over in discovery, you can go in and redact that the same way you'd go in and redact a body cam. And it's not going to cost $10,000. It's not going to take hours and hours of time. You know? So I don't know. We'll see. I didn't hear back from him today, but that's basically kind of what I was getting at. I'm like, there's got to be something that we can do because this $10,000 cost estimate to fulfill this FOIA and to honor this FOIA is absolutely outrageous. It's outrageous. And I'm not clear on the legal justification. I'm not clear on the legal justification for the $10,000 price tag for a FOIA. But then again, Moscow police just quoted Lana like $26,000 fucking dollars for one of her FOIAs. So these people are out of their minds. And as much as I don't like the whole like lawsuit thing. I really am ready to file an emergency ex parte motion. I really am on Idaho State Police because what pisses me off is like from everything I've read, looking at the tort claim that Megan Marshall gave an order on, right? That renewed tort claim by the Laramies and the Chapins. The only defendant name there is the city of Moscow, not Idaho State Police. So I'm not exactly sure why Idaho State Police thinks with a court order for a tort claim that they're not named a defendant in, just missing a step there or something. But that's kind of what what I was getting at. Hopefully my audio is holding up okay. All right, so the next one I want to look at here is going to be this. So this was the state's response. So the order that we just read, now we have everything numbered here, right? And basically what I did is I just went and put a U next to everything that was going to be marked unsealed. Right? So it was so much easier for me to do that. I just went and marked a U for everything that was going to be unsealed. I felt that was the easiest way for me to do it in my brain rather than try to go back and forth, number by number. So hopefully. But yeah, I really am trying to get those the LizQ imaging, and I don't even want like the graphic stuff. What I really want is that downstairs first floor bedroom, the golf club room. That's the one I want. I want the 360 imaging from that first floor empty bedroom. I want the imaging from Bethany's room downstairs in her little closet. I want the 360 imaging from Dylan's bedroom. Okay. And the latent footprint and all this shit, So, either way, that's what I'm asking for. Okay. So, let's get into this. So, it looks like number 88 here, the state's response to the defendant's proposed jury questions. Let me make that bigger. How's that? Better? Hopefully that's big enough for you guys. Okay, so 88 is going to be unsealed. The state has no objection to this one. Number 89 is going to be unsealed, the defendant's objection to the state's jury questionnaire proposals. Number 90, the exhibits to the defendant's third supplemental response to request for discovery regarding expert witness penalty phase, unsealed. The state objected to the unsealing of Exhibit D7E as this item is protected pursuant to ICAR blah, blah, blah. It contains highly intimate facts or statements, the publication of which would be objectionable to a reasonable person. And then let's see, regarding records of psychiatric and professional counseling records relate individual's condition, diagnosis, care, or treatment. The state objects to the unsealing of Exhibit D13E as this item is protected pursuant to ICAR, contains intimate facts, statements, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. It's going to be unsealed. Right? Fire mess. Number 90 is unsealed. So D20B would require redactions as follows. D19A. Yeah. Okay. Same here. D21A, B, and C. Exhibit D22A would require redactions for diagnosis. Last sentence of paragraph 2. As this information is protected. Pretty sure all of that's coming unsealed. What else? Number 92. Defendant's Exhibit 1A in support of affidavit and objection to the state's motion in limine regarding text messages and testimony. That's coming unsealed. State requests redactions to Exhibit 1A of the phone numbers and email address. Okay, so that's what's going to be unsealed, but I think they're still redacted phones and email addresses, right? Number 93, defendant's proposed jury questionnaire, unsealed. Number 94, defendant's reply to the state's objection to the motion in limine. Number 5, unsealed. State says this item would require redactions, which references testimony at the grand jury proceeding. We know Hippler's not going to let any from the grand jury. And if I didn't, I'm sorry, guys. I was doing it on the quick ski, but hopefully I marked them all right. If I didn't, it's okay. That's why I always tell you, if you're new here, don't listen to me. I don't know shit. Go read the documents yourself. Come to your own conclusions. Hopefully, I marked these all correctly. If I didn't, so sorry. Oopsie. If the state of Idaho can fuck up as do, I guess I can make some mistakes every now. I can have some oopsie poopsies too. Number 95, we have Walt Hall here. Let's see. State has no objection to the unsealing of Lab Report 2. The state requests redactions to Lab Report 15 to redact names of unrelated third-party witnesses pursuant to ICAR blah, blah, blah. The vast majority of the named unrelated third-party witnesses voluntarily provided their buccal swabs, latent prints, so that they could be admitted as suspects in the case. This record will contravene privacy concerns for these individuals and likely subject them to reputational harm as being identified as possible suspects in a quadruple homicide. Number 96, State's Exhibit S22B, Eric Seat. The state requests redactions to Lab Report 3. I bet to redact of an unrelated third-party witness pursuant to ICA blah. The named unrelated third-party witnesses voluntarily provided the unsealing of this record would contravene, subject him or her to reputational harm as being identified as a possible suspect in homicide. Let's all remember who Eric Seat is. Sidebar. Eric Seat's Lab Report 3 is DNA of an alternate suspect. Remember? Sidebar, let's all remember what happened with Eric Seat. So what happened with Eric Seat is the state turned over a bunch of fucking discovery and told the defense, well, sorry, defense, since we've turned over this large volume of discovery that's, it's this huge mess. The best thing that we can do is direct you to lab report 3. This is what the state told the defense. The best we can do, if you're looking to figure out what Mr. Eric Seat, what his opinions and analysis are, you need to look at lab report 3. And the defense came back and said, oh, hey, guess what? Guess what, assholes? We went and looked at lab report 3, and lab report 3 is DNA data of an alternate suspect. And the state came back and glazed right over that in their response and never addressed it again. So I'm sure they do want it redacted. I'm sure they do, because it's DNA data of an alternate suspect. Lab report 3. Joanne, hello. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome. Lab report 3. Eric Seat. Number 97. State's Exhibit S20B for Nord. No objection. Cool. Let's see. 98. State's Exhibit S19B Miller. The state requests redactions to lab reports 7, 13, 26, 31, and 34 to redact the names of third-party witnesses pursuant to ICAR blah, blah, blah. The vast majority of the named unrelated third-party witnesses voluntarily provided their buccal swabs, latent prints, so that they could be excluded as suspects in the case. The unsealing of this privacy concerns for these individuals and likely subject them to reputation as being identified as possible suspects in a quadruple homicide. The state has no objection to the unsealing of lab report 36. Okay, number 99 here for Martinez, State's Exhibit S18B. It's going to be unsealed. The state requested redactions to lab reports 5, 10, 27, 32, 37, 38, 39, 40, and 41 to redact the names of unrelated third-party witnesses pursuant to ICAR blah, blah, blah. The vast majority of the named unrelated third-party witnesses voluntarily provided the buccal swabs, latent prints, so that they could be excluded as suspects in the case. This record would contravene privacy concerns for these individuals and likely subject them to reputational harm as being identified as possible suspects in a quadruple homicide. State has no objection to the unsealing of lab reports 11, 21, 23, 24, 25, and 30. Number 100, see item 9, State's Exhibit S18B for Martinez, Part 2. 101, State's 15C, rebuttal disclosure for Ayers. Jenny Ayers. State has no objection. 102, State's Exhibit S8A, rebuttal disclosure for Rob Hill. State requests redactions to the personally identifiable information, such as cell phone numbers listed on Bates pages 15990 and 15991, pursuant to ICAR blah, blah, blah. Number 103, State's Exhibit S7B, rebuttal disclosure for Gilbertson. Hell yeah. State has no objection. Gilbertson, he's the one who ran through the house, right? He's the one who just ran through the house counting, right? Is that what he did? Krista, darling, you made it. Hello, honey. Welcome. Anytime, honey. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. It's almost Christmas, honey. Hope you're having a great weekend. Happy Friday. Welcome in. Hello, Halls. Good to see you. Hi, honey. All right. Let's see. If I missed anybody, I'm so sorry. I'm in another window reading. Thanks. Miss Potts' mom reading to you when you were, well, I don't know about that. My mom didn't throw the F-bombs in when she was reading to me. Oh my God, that reminds me of the story, Go the Fuck to Sleep. It's hysterical. I just thought of it. Anybody remember that? The story? go the fuck to sleep and all these famous celebrities like Reddit. My favorite one is Jackson. Although I did like Jennifer Garner's last person you'd expect to be dropping F bombs. Maybe we'll do that. We'll have one night where I read Go the Fuck to Sleep to everybody. Maybe we'll do it on Christmas Eve. Maybe we'll do a live reading of the night before. 'Twas the night before Christmas on Christmas Eve, friends. Krista, darling, thank you so much for your super sticker. That is so very nice of you. You don't have to do that, honey. Thank you, thank you. Krista, you've never heard it? Oh my God, I want you to leave my live. I literally want you to leave my live and go finding of Go the Fuck to Sleep by Jennifer Garner and Samuel Jackson and bookmark it or something so you can watch it later. It's absolutely hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. And thank you so much for your super sticker, honey. Really appreciate you. Thumper rabbit hole. No, thank you. Thank you. You're late, but you're going to be on replay. Don't even worry about it, honey. Put that shit at 2 speed. All right. So let's see. Next one. Youngling here. Number 104, State's Exhibit S25B for Youngling. The state requested redactions, lab report 4 to redact the names of unrelated therapists pursuant to ICAR blah, blah, blah. The vast majority of the named unrelated third-party witnesses voluntarily provided their buccal swabs, latent prints, so that they could be excluded as suspects in the case. Of this record would contravene privacy concerns for these individuals and likely subject them to reputational harm as being identified as possible suspects in a quadruple homicide. The state has no objection to the unsealing of lab report 12, 21, and 25. Number 105, State's Exhibit S24B. The state has objection to the unsealing of lab reports 1, 22, 28, 29, 33, and 35. The state requests redactions to lab reports 3, 9, and 14 to related third-party witnesses pursuant to ICAR blah, blah, blah. The vast majority of the named unrelated third-party witness buccal swabs, latent prints, so that they could be excluded as suspects in the case. The unsealing of this record contravened privacy concerns for these and likely subject them to harm as being identified as possible suspects in a quadruple homicide. I mean, so what? Never mind. What do you mean, reputational harm? If they gave their DNA and you had to do all kinds of lab shit to them for comparison, exclusionary, whatever the case may be, we're all fucking adults here. They're adults. Release the names. This is bullshit. Just my opinion. Number 106, State's Exhibit S17B for my check. State requests redactions 20 to redact the names of unrelated third parties pursuant to ICAR blah, blah, blah. The same fucking reasons. Because, well, we can't subject them to reputational harm if we're to find out that they were possible quadruple homicide. Number 107, State's Exhibit S16B for Dace White, no objection. Number 108, State's Exhibit S15B for Ayers, no objection. Here we go. Number 109, Detective Mowry, you sandbagging son of a bitch. State's Exhibit S10 for Detective Mowry. Number 109, the state requests redactions to the personally identifiable information, cell phone numbers, IMEI, and email provided on all of these Bates pages, pursuant to ICAR, blah, blah, blah. Number 110, State's Exhibit S7D, Douglas. The state objects to the unsealing of this item, pursuant to ICAR, blah, blah, blah. 110, Dad. What did Judge say about that? 110, where did he say, yeah, I agree with you, State, we're going to keep that shit sealed? Probably did, yeah, I don't see it. Hang on, let me see, 110, 110. There it is right here for Douglas, State's Exhibit S7D. Documents 100 and 113 consist of federal grand jury material. Okay, that's why. Federal grand jury material. 111, state's response. Oh, nope, not that one. My bad. No, yeah. 111, state's response to the defendant's motion to adopt voir dire procedure and objection to the magic question. State has no objection. Number 112, state's proposed jury questionnaire. State has no objection. 114, Exhibit S1 to the state's response to the defendant's seventh motion to the state requests redactions to the personally identifiable information, meaning cell phone numbers pursuant to CAR blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Jade Miller, statistical analysis. Somebody was asking me who she's the statistical analysis. 115, state's response to the defendant number 14 regarding statistical analysis. Consistent with item 94 above, this item would require redactions which testimony at the grand jury proceeding. Oh, that's right. She did testify at the grand jury proceeding. Now it's all coming back to me. Now it's all coming back to me. Hi, chat. How you doing? How's everybody doing? I came back over to say hi and take a break from reading real quick. Hello, hello, Twiz, you're back. Welcome in, everyone. Thanks for being here. Ariana, the audacity of the phrase objectionable to a reasonable person when every thing they have done throughout the case would be objectionable to any person. Agreed, darling. Agreed. Fucking preach, queen. Absolutely. They're the last people to talk about what's highly objectionable. You did? You went and marked it, Red Riding Hood? You did? You went and bookmarked it? Oh my God, it's great. Go the fuck to sleep. It's great. It's supposed to be like a mockery of its book. You're actually not supposed to read it to your child. I mean, to each their own, right? You were listening, Twiz. Well, I appreciate it. Lucy, you're still here. Thank you, darling. Appreciate you. Hope you guys know how much I truly, truly appreciate Dago, everybody, Outcast, everybody who came in with the super stickers and everything, Jackie B, Krista, everybody. You guys are really just amazing. I'm very lucky. I consider you lucky. So thank you so much. All right, where were we? Okay. Number 116, Exhibits 1 through 4 to state's response to the defendant's motion in limine, number 7. No objection. What was motion in limine number 7? Let me go check real quick. Motion in limine. Let's get down here. Motions in limine. The hell was number 7? Witness identification by bushy eyebrows. And in limine number 7 was Exhibits 1 through 4 to the state's response to the defendant's motion in limine number 7. State has no objection. And, okay, cool. State's response to the defendant's motion in limine number 5. Number 5 is the inconclusive data consistent with item 94 and 115 above. This item would require redactions which references testimony at the grand jury proceeding. Okay. What's next? Number 118, defendant's objection to the state's notice of intent to use IRE 404B evidence. State had no objection. Number defendant's objection to the state's motion in limine regarding the 911 call. This item would require redactions which references testimony at the grand jury proceeding. Well, either way, it looks like it's going to be unsealed, right? 119. Documents to was 119 on here? Yep, 119's on here. So that one, even though 119 the state objected or says that it would require redactions because it references testimony at the grand jury proceeding, according to Hippler's order here, number 119 be unsealed. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, no. Yeah, 119, it's right here. With regard to the following documents, the court received objection by one or both of the parties. However, after considering the objection, the court finds no further justification. So 119 is getting unsealed here, even though the state wanted redactions. 120. Defendant's objection to the state's motion in limine regarding admissibility of demonstrative evidence. State has no objection. Number 121. Exhibits 1, 2, and 3 to the defense to the state's motion in limine regarding AT&T timing advance records. 121. One's going to be fully unsealed, friends. Fully unsealed, according to Hippler here. 121, we are going to get exhibits 1, 2, and 3. Defendant's objection to the state's motion in limine regarding AT&T timing advance record requested redactions to the personally identifiable information, i.e. cell phone numbers. I don't know. I'm looking at it right here. It's in under Part A, documents to unseal. It's the second paragraph. With regard to following documents, the court received objection by one or both. However, after considering the objections, the court no further justification to warrant the continued sealed status, and number 121 is on there. So we're getting that pertaining to the timing advance. Exhibits for timing advance, friends. 3 of them. Exhibits 1, 2, and 3. Typically, thank you so much, honey. Thank you so much for your super sticker. I really appreciate you so much. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, honey. I really appreciate it. So we're going to exhibits 1, 2, and 3. Even though the state wanted redactions, huh? Interesting. Next one, 122, exhibits 1 and 2 to the defendant's objection to the state's motion in limine regarding text messages and testimony. State requests redactions to the personally identifiable information, i.e. cell phone numbers, pursuant to ICAR 30. Nope, 122 is getting unsealed. Oh, no, wait. That might be 122 might actually be partially redacted. It might be in that one that's unseal and redact. 122. Let me go look real quick. I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. 122 is articulated in 92 Supra. All but the last 4 digits of phone numbers and the username will be redacted. Okay. Next one is going to be 125. Defendant's objection to the state's motion in limine regarding of records. No objection by this. Guys, remember, this is only the state's response here to the court. We never got to see the defenses because it was filed under seal. So we don't know how the defense answered all of these. We only get to see how the state did. 126, exhibits S1 through 4 to the state's amended supplement for discovery regarding expert testimony. Okay, 126. It's not there. And it's not there. So it's got to be with the unseal and redact. I think 126 is going to be in with the unseal and redact. A portion of this filing identifies credit card and bank account numbers belonging to the defendant. That information is private and will be redacted. Okay. Next, 128 service NCO says the same thing. The other one, let's see, Exhibit A, motion to compel, stated no objection. Oh, sorry, that was number 130. Number 131, exhibits S1 through S13 to the state's amended supplemental response to request for discovery regarding expert testimony. Objection to the unsealing of exhibits S1 through S7. The state requests redactions to exhibit S8 to redact the name of an unrelated third-party witness. pursuant to ICAR blah, blah, blah. Oh, here we go. Another one of these. The witness voluntarily provided buccal swabs, latent prints, so they could be excluded as a suspect. Unsealing of the record would contravene privacy concerns for this individual, likely subject him or her to reputational harm as being identified as a possible suspect in a quadruple homicide. State has no objection to the S9 through S12. What's that? 131. Go over here. What does 131 say? Says within this filing are grisly images seen, the disclosure of which would be highly objectionable to a reasonable person. Thus, the images will be redacted. What? 131. S1 through S13. Okay. Doesn't make any sense. S1 through S7 and then S9 through S12, but then Hippler's order here for 131. S1 through S13, he says it's pictures. The state's saying, no, it has some alt suspect's fucking alt perp's name in it. 131. I don't know. Whatever. It's getting unsealed. I think they're only redacting like last names, emails, and phone numbers and shit, from what I understand. I could be wrong. Hippler's definitely not going to let the alt perp names come out, I think. Okay, 131. Got through that. 132. Exhibits to the defendant's second supplemental response to discovery regarding expert witnesses. No objection. 133. Filing signed and notarized affidavit. No objection. 134. Order on the parties' agreement not to mention the 2014 cell phone incident during trial. No objection. 135. Exhibits 1 and 2, motion to strike the death penalty regarding autism spectrum disorder. State has no objection to the unsealing of Exhibit 1. The state objects to the unsealing of Exhibit 2 as this item is protected pursuant to ICAR 30. ICAR blah, blah, blah contains highly intimate facts or statements, the publication of which would be highly objectionable to a reasonable person. ICA blah and IC blah, blah, blah regarding records of psychiatric care or treatment and professional counseling records relating to an individual's condition, diagnosis, care, or treatment. Notice it doesn't say related to the defendant's psychiatric care. It says an individual. Say the defendant. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, I'm not a reasonable person. I'll view it in its complete form. Exactly, Lucy. Correct, right brain. I'm not reasonable. I don't want to just unseal the whole fucking thing and stop playing games. Know what I mean? So we don't have to sue Idaho and run your taxpayers through the fucking mud. You know? It's really what it comes down to. We don't want to have to drag the poor innocent taxpayer of Idaho into this by slapping a damn civil suit against Moscow and ISP. We don't want to do it. Nobody wants to do it. Just cough this shit up. Enough is enough. Come back over to chat quick. How is my audio holding up, friends? I know Blueberry will tell me. Leslie and Billy, I will. I'll read it to you guys. We'll do a reading of it. Absolutely. It'll be hysterical. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Lucy. We don't want to be, don't make me be alpha, right? I don't want to do it. I don't make me be alpha, I don't want to do it. Like, I'm not going to lie. If you want to quote me $10 to honor a foyer, I'd rather crowdfund and raise $10,000 to get a fucking lawyer before I would ever pay Idaho State Police $10,000 to honor a public records request on a closed case. Know what I mean? I would rather raise $10,000 lawyer who will sue. Just say, you want to quote me 10 grand, that's fine. And if you're not willing to work with me on it and make it as easy and cheap as possible, okay, no problem. If you're going to force me to try to collect $10,000, I'm going to use it to retain a lawyer who's going to file a fucking emergency ex parte motion and civil. That's what I would rather use 10,000 for. If there's any of you out there who lottery and you've got an extra 10,000 laying around, feel fucking free. You want to pay it? Let me know. Know what I mean? But I would rather the $10,000 go to retain a good lawyer who can file suit before I'd ever want to pay $10,000 to have them honor a FOIA, a public records request on a closed case. Information we are absolutely entitled to, and it's information they only have because they used our taxpayer money to acquire the software. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, most of the state police, a lot of the federal grant money that the state police receives is how they acquire certain software and technology. It's how they get it. They get federal grants. It's our fucking taxpayer dollars already getting them all of this high-tech shit, and then they're hiding all of their work that they do with the high-tech shit behind these exorbitant FOIA cost estimate. And it's absolute bullshit. In my opinion, it's fucking hearing. It's damn extortion, in my opinion. But that's just me. That's just me. I'm nobody. Don't listen to me. Yeah, that's what I mean. Jules just paid them that extra money too, and they muted her shit. Gave her an audio file that has no audio. I'd be so pissed. Like, we have to get a lawyer. We have to crowdfund for a lawyer. We have to crowdfund for a good lawyer who's gonna go hard. It is what it is. Just my opinion. Like I said, I'm willing to work with them, man, because I really try not to be difficult. I really don't want to be difficult. I know how Liz Q works. I know what you turned over in Discovery is one single file. It is not thousands of images. I already know that. It was one file where all of the images are stitched together that were taken with the Liz Q, and you can very easily go in and redact that shit, just like you redact body cam. So, enough. Enough. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay, I read that one. Next one is going to be stipulated agreement of the number 136, stipulated agreement of the parties, not to mention the 2014 cell phone incident during the trial. State has no objection. Here we go. Not redacted. So these two I was super excited to see because not redacted, right? 137. 137 is the defendant's motion in limine number 14 regarding statistical analysis, not redacted. Consistent with item 94, 115, and 117 above, this item would require redactions, which references testimony at the grand jury proceeding. This information is protected pursuant to ICAR, blah, blah, blah. So let's go see. 137 in Hippler's order here says, where is 137? Where were you? Were you in the unredacted? I think it was 137. Where is it? 137 is going to be fully unsealed. The court finds no further justification under ICAR blah, blah, blah to warrant the continued sealed status of 137 and 138. So the not redacted versions, number 137 and 138 for the defendant's motion in limine, number 14 regarding statistical analysis, that's number 137, defendant's motion in limine, number 14 regarding statistical analysis that was filed not redacted, I guess, or is not redacted, will be unsealed in full. Even though the state says there's testimony, it references testimony at the grand jury. So this is going to be unsealed in its entirety, along with number 138 here, the defendant's motion in limine number 5 regarding inconclusive data, also not redacted. The state wanted redactions because it references testimony at the grand jury, but in Hippler's order here, number 137 and 138 are part of the what's going to be unsealed fully. So that's nice. That's going to be nice. I'll take it. I'll take it. That's a nice little Christmas gift. I'll take those. All right. Let's see. Number 139, exhibits in support of the motion in limine regarding witness identification by bushy eyebrows. State has no objection to the unsealing of exhibits 1 through 9. The state objects to the unsealing of exhibit as its testimony from the grand jury proceeding. So number 139 is also going to be unsealed in full. 137, 138, 139. Those are some good little boomers. Those are some good little boomers for us. Those are some nice little Christmas gifts. Hope you're keeping track, friends. 137, 138, 139. 136 is also going to be unsealed in full. We're in the 130s right now, right? So 133, 134, 136, 137, 138, and 139 will all be unsealed in full. See what 139 is. The exhibits in support of the motion in limine regarding witness identification by bushy eyebrows. So the state objected to the unsealing of an exhibit, Exhibit 10, and Hippler said, oh, well, it's going to be unsealed. Sorry, state. 140 in here too? No. Okay. So I marked this one as unsealed, but I don't think it is. My bad. 140 is, where is 140? I think it's a partial. 140. There it is. 140 exhibits 1, 2, and 3 in support of the motions in limine regarding vague and undisclosed expert testimony. Documents 96, 98, 106, 107, and 140 consist of forensic science reports documenting DNA testing and analysis of various items of evidence gathered by law enforcement for the purposes of excluding certain third-party witnesses as potential contributors. While the scientist's summary of conclusions and biology analysis notes will be unsealed, the remaining portions of the filings will be redacted. Okay, cool. Pursuant to ICAR blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. What was that? 140? 140. So 140 is going to be Bates pages 5723 through 5731. So it's like 8 pages. Okay. And we're going to get the scientist's summary of conclusions and analysis notes. Those will all be unsealed in number 140, as well as 96, 98, 107, and 140. Interesting. Okay. That was 140. 141. Exhibits 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in support of motion in limine regarding excluding the IGGS State requests redactions to Exhibit 1 to the names of unrelated third-party witnesses, and then state has no objection to the unsealed Exhibits 2 through 5. 141. Where's 141? Is that on the unsealed list? Let's go see. 141. Nope, it's got to be here. Sorry, friends. My eyes are starting to like bug on me from staring at the screen. 141, where are you? There it is. 141. Portions of Exhibits 1 and 4 in this filing disclose the names and dates of birth of individuals identified by Othram Labs through investigative genetic genealogy as potential genetic relatives to the DNA left on the knife sheath. Pursuant to ICAR blah blah blah, this personal information will be redacted. In addition, the email address of law enforcement personnel contained within Exhibit 2 is protected under IC blah, 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 and will be redacted pursuant to ICAR blah, blah, blah. Okay. See number 142. Exhibit 1 in support of the motion in limine conditions is aggravator. State has no objection, but 142 says here in Hippler's order, 142, Exhibit 1 in support of motion in limine regarding conditions is aggravator. Portions of this filing contain mental health information that is private and protected, therefore exempt from disclosure. Further, the release of this information would be highly objectionable to a reasonable person and shall remain sealed. And then it says, therefore, this information will be redacted. So it's going to stay sealed and be redacted. 144, Exhibit 1, using the term motion in limine regarding using the terms psychopath or sociopath. State has no objection. 144. Uh, 145, defendant's motion in limine 7 regarding witness identification by Bushy. 145. What's Hippie got to say about that? Got to be up here. 145. Looks like 145 might be on the unsealing list. Yep, it is. So 145 is going to be fully unsealed. 153, 159, 168, 171, 172, and 177. So as we make our way down, we got 145, 153, 159. Let's go see. So 145, that'll be unsealed. Yeah, some of these I marked wrong. Sorry, guys. 149, 153 is going to be exhibits to the state's rebuttal to the defendant's response to requests for discovery regarding expert witnesses. I just want to go through everything that we're actually going to get unsealed. What was the next one? 159 and 168. Let's see what 159 is. Exhibits S1 and S1. Exhibits S1 and S1, A through E, to the state supplemental response to requests for discovery regarding penalty phase experts. The state objected to the unsealing of this item, but oh well, it's getting unsealed. The documents and records are restricted by state or federal law, according to the state here. So number 159, according to the state, they objected to the unsealing of the item, claiming it contains highly intimate facts or statements, the publication of which would be highly objectionable to a reasonable person. And under ICAR blah, 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 these documents and records are restricted by state and federal law. Well, Hippler said, hey, guess what? Number 159? Yeah, The court finds no further justification under ICAR blah 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 to warrant their continued sealed status. Sorry. So sorry, state. Right? I got that right, right? Yeah, 159. Next, 168. Is this also? Oh, okay, that's 160. 168. Exhibit evidence for supplemental response to discovery. States no objection. Okay, cool. Next. They're 171, 172, and 177. 171 is the amended Exhibit S10 Lawrence Mowry, fully unsealed. Amended Exhibit S10 for Lawrence Mowry, you sandbagging son of a bitch, Detective Mowry. We're going to get your doc soon. That was 171, 172, and 177. 172, amended expert disclosure regarding Lawrence Mowry, S10. Oh, Detective Mowry. 178, 179. Okay. Can you tell my brain is slowing? It's slowing down. 178, Exhibit A to the motion to compel 16B7. Okay. And 179, exhibit, sealed exhibit to the state's objection to the defendant's motion to compel ICR 16B7 material and for sanctions. Okay. So I think, yeah, we got through the 40s, we got through the 50s, we got through all the 160s, 170s, 178, 179. Yeah. Okay. So the main point of looking at this tonight, for me anyway, hopefully it helped for you guys, is to kind of see exactly what we've got coming. Some of these things the state objected to and or thought it would be highly objectionable if it were unsealed, and Hippler's like, well, I'm sick of this shit and we're fucking unsealing it. Okay. I think it's great when it comes to Lawrence Mowry. I can understand why he believes that the gruesome crime scene photos should be redacted, right? Um, I guess I'm fine. Like I said, you guys know me, I'm kind of the blood nerd, but if they're not gonna let me look at the blood, I mean, fuck it, whatever. Give me the damn, first floor golf club room at the very least that was thrashed and, you guys tried to make it so we couldn't see in that room. There is photo, one photo, crime scene photos released where you can into that first room and it looks like there is a door room that is off the hinges and it's been trashed. Looks like it's been trashed and tossed, but that's just my opinion. I don't know shit. I want that room, and that's why I wanted the Liz Q imaging from it, the 360. Oh, so here we go. But look, I want to read this to you guys real quick, right? So look at this. When we get here to number 160. Where's 160? Let me look real quick. Okay, so 160 is part of the redacted, unseal and redact or whatever. But look at what the state says here for 160. The state requests redactions to Exhibit D1B, the defendant's Bates pages, all of these, and this, to redact the names of an unrelated third-party witness pursuant to ICAR blah, blah, blah. These witnesses voluntarily provided their buccal swabs latent prints so they could be excluded as suspects in the case. The unsealing of this record would contravene privacy concerns for these individuals and likely subject them to reputational harm as being identified as possible suspects in a quadruple homicide. The state requests redactions to Exhibit D3B, the defendant's Bates pages, blah, 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 to redact the names of an unrelated third party pursuant to ICAR blah, blah, blah. These witnesses voluntarily provided buccal swabs, latent prints, so they could be excluded as suspects in the case. The unsealing of this record would contravene privacy concerns for these individuals and likely subject them to reputational harm. Next one. Where is it? I was just reading it. We'll get down here. State requests redactions to Exhibit D6B in all of these base pages. This information is protected pursuant to ICAR blah, 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 meaning it contains highly intimate statements, the publication of which would be highly objectionable to a reasonable person. Redaction of this information would also be consistent with Judge Marshall's October 1st, 2025 memorandum decision granting in part plaintiff's complaint for permanent injunction, holding that the plaintiffs, meaning the victim's immediate family members, privacy interests outweigh the public's interest in disclosure. Related to photographs of the crime scene, the court stated the city, quote, must black out any areas within the images, photographs, video, or other media that depict any portion of the decedents or their bodies and the blood immediately surrounding them. Sidebar. I know, right brain caught it. Thank you. Thank you, Latah County prosecutor, for how long have I been muted? How effing long have I been muted? I didn't even realize how long, guys? How long have you been sitting? How long have I been muted? And no, holy mother F and F. I don't even know if you can hear me. Holy guacamole. Mother F. And now I'm getting, I wasn't muted. Are you, I don't know. Are you sure? But now I sound different. Yeah, I probably do. Hang on. Okay. I don't know if that's any better. Don't know if that's any better. Hopefully that fixed it, but I'm not sure. I'm starting to get some lagging and stuff too, friends. So I just wanted to read that part real quick because I thought it was super interesting what I just read here. And, thank you to Bill Thompson for confirming for me that the order for Judge Megan Marshall, well, it says right here, the court stated that the city, quote, must black out any areas within the images, photographs, video that depict any portion of the decedents or their bodies or blood immediately surrounding them. Yes, the city of Moscow, not Idaho State Police. Just want to reiterate that there. Idaho State Police. And Bill Thompson even puts it's in here. Bill Thompson and the Latah County Prosecutor's Office have even confirmed further for me that Marshall's order applies to the city of Moscow. The city of Moscow. So, Mr. Gamet, if you're listening, even Bill Thompson knows that the memorandum decision granting in part plaintiff's complaint for permanent injunction, holding that the plaintiffs, i.e., the victim's immediate family members' privacy interests outweigh the public interest in disclosure related to photographs of the crime scene, the court stated the city, quote, must black out any areas within the images, photographs, video, or other media that depict any portion of the decedents or their bodies and the blood immediately surrounding them. It applies to the city of Moscow, not Idaho State Police. And even Bill Thompson knows that. Even Bill Thompson knows that. You can hear me loud and clear. Wonderful, wonderful. I thought I went and fixed it. I had to unplug my other mic. It died. So I'm glad I got to read that to you again real quick because I'm pretty sure that's what I was reading when my mic cut out and I could see on my screen that all of a sudden I was muted and I didn't realize my mic died or whatever it decided to do. So yes, right brain. Even you see that for yourself, darling. Even the state says it right here. The court stated the city must black out any areas. The city. That's the city of Moscow, not the Idaho State Police in Boise or Meridian or wherever the hell they are. Right? I'm just saying. Megan Marshall's order, October 1st, 2025, memorandum decision granting in part plaintiff's complaint for permanent injunction. The only defendant listed in that complaint is the city of Moscow, not the Idaho State Police. And the previous, if I remember correctly, do not quote me, I do not know shit, but if I remember correctly, the previous court order, the temporary injunction or whatever it was way back where it was the Gonsalveses and other people that were involved in it, that one's expired. If I remember correctly, it expired earlier this year. And then the Laramie Chapin claim that we have the order on from October 1st, 2025, that only applies to the city of Moscow, not Idaho State Police. So, stop sharing that. Let me come back over to chat. It's just wild, right? It's just wild. So, I'm just glad we got to read it together. I hope everybody understood the reason I did it the way that I did, and I just read his order first, and then I went and marked. Even though I marked some of them wrong, it's fine. I made sure to kind of go back and correct as we went through. Okay. Yeah, you do need a right brain, Beckles. We all need a right brain. We sure do. When you say city like that, it makes me... It applies to the city, right? Just the city of Moscow. Doesn't apply to Idaho State Police. It doesn't apply to it doesn't apply to any other agency, Pullman, that assisted, right? It doesn't apply the U.S. Marshal Service. Megan Marshall's order only applies to the defendant that was listed in the complaint. That's all it applies to. It doesn't apply to like the U.S. Marshals who assisted, the FBI who assisted, Pullman Police who assisted, Latah County Sheriff's Office who assisted. Do you get what I'm saying? Her order doesn't apply to all of these people. None of these people were named. Their agencies were not named. It was only the city of Moscow applying it to MPD. So I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe there's some underlying clause or some bullshit somewhere that I'm not aware of. Wrong. That's fine. I'll admit it and eat my words for the people who get their rocks off on hearing me say I was wrong. So anyways, I've already been here for 2 hours and 20 minutes, which is far too long, an hour past my limit. But I'm going to go through here all of the amazing people who gifted memberships, who sent super stickers and super chats. If you went and subscribed to Mercy Cat and went and showed her some love, I truly appreciate it. Don't forget to do that. If you can remember, just go find a short, drop some flower emojis for our Mercy Cat. Wish her, send her as much love as you can. Meg, darling, thank you for the gifted memberships. I think you ended up doing like 15 of them tonight. You are absolutely amazing. You are a doll. And I truly appreciate you, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. You mods, you guys fucking rock, okay? And I promise you when we hit it big, your cash apps will overflow and you will have many Christmas presents sent your way. Don't you worry, for being amazing. Leslie and Billy, thank you so much. You are another amazing supporter and I truly appreciate you. Dago, as always, sir, thank you for gifting memberships tonight. I really appreciate it. Yeah, see, Meg did it again. There was another 5 there. Leslie and Billy with another 5. Yeah, so Meg, think together you guys did like 20, 30 memberships tonight between the two of you, which is insane. Dago also gifted members. So I think, I want to say like 40 people became members tonight. So if you got a membership tonight, please remember to be kind and say thank you. Dago, thank you for your super. I think you did 2. Oh, Dago, you did 2 super chats. Much. I really appreciate it. Outcast, also coming in with 2 super stickers. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate you as always. I truly do. Jackie B, thank you so much. Jackie B, as always, I love you. Thank you so much with your big 1999 super sticker. That was very kind of you. You did not have to do that, but I truly appreciate it. Krista, thank you so much for your super sticker as well. You guys, you don't have to. I hope you know that, couple bucks here, couple bucks there. I truly appreciate every single one of you. I really do. And typically you as well, darling. Thank you so much for your super sticker. Thank you to everybody. And thank you so much for all the gifted memberships. Become a member tonight. Remember to say thank you. Say thank you. Get some docs. You guys probably aren't going to see. Maybe till the new year, right? Or before the new year, hopefully. We might. If we get some docs. If this or whatever, I'm hoping we get them way before New Year's, to be honest with you. I'm probably next week, Monday or Tuesday or something. We may be able to do a live or 2 before Christmas, but other than that, I might not see you guys till after the new year, okay? We'll see how I'm doing and how busy life gets and the chaos that ensues, right? The chaos that surely ensue because it always does. Red Riding Hood, their sticker. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much to every one of you for hanging out with me. Hopefully my audio held up. Spooks must be here. Yeah, see, that must mean my audio is choppy. Is my audio getting choppy? Because Lucy's saying spooks are here. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Christmas, everybody. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Thank you for everything. Take care. Stay safe. Bye.